I figure I'd better address this early in this video. So I recently had nose surgery as I had a slightly deviated septum. They took cartilage out of my right ear and, of course, put it into my nose. So I'm going to sound like shit. I may look like shit. And I may occasionally talk like shit for the next 1 to 3 weeks, depending on how things go. So just want to let you guys know that ahead of time. But the reviews must continue. So with that in mind, Dexter Season 3 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important. If you're not caught up to the point where I am, and rewatching, you're watching Dexter or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be Dexter Season 3, Episode 9. The title of this episode is called About Last Night. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. Sil stops over at Rita's early in the morning, and she wants to know where Miguel was all night. Sil thinks he's having an affair. Dexter goes to talk to Miguel, and he claims he was at the bar all night long, and Dexter wonders if Miguel is lying to him. Deb is trying to find out where Anton is, and then they figure out he was attacked outside. Anton is getting skinned by George King, and Anton starts panicking a bit. He wants to know where Freebo is, which Anton doesn't have a clue. LaGuerta is trying to get a hold of Ellen Wolf and thinks she may be screening her calls. Dexter calls to check up on Miguel. Masuka calls Barbara Gianni a Wikipedia of perv. Great line by Masuka. Deb and Quinn are at George King's place waiting to serve him a warrant, and then he finally shows up and is taken in for questioning, but they can only hold him for so long. While Dexter is watching the monitor, Deb leaves the room and talks to Dexter about George King. Might not be the guy, she says, and Dexter tells Deb to trust her instincts as Soderquist then walks by in the background, because he's always there. Dexter asks LaGuerta about Ellen Wolf. LaGuerta is pretty worried about her. Dexter goes to Ellen Wolf's place and he finds blood. Rita calls Miguel an idiot when he shows up at a place that she's at. Deb disrespects George King in the interrogation room. Quinn tells Deb he fucking used Anton. It's true. Dexter goes to check graves at the funeral home for Ellen Wolf's body because that's how he had taught Miguel to dispose of a body without, telling him that he cuts bodies up into pieces and is the Bay Harbor butcher. And then he does find Ellen Wolf's body. He can't believe that Miguel really did it. Harry tells Dexter Miguel's making his own choices now. So Dexter confronts Miguel about Ellen Wolf, and Miguel gets a little flustered that Dexter keeps saying Ellen Wolf was innocent. Dexter purposely undigs Ellen Wolf's body, and a couple of kids find it. Batista gets the call about the body at the cemetery. LaGuerta shows up and finds out it was Ellen Wolf, and obviously she's distraught over that. Miguel obviously knows that Dexter's the one that undug the body. Dexter thinks Miguel may have learned his lesson. Rita has Dexter do some taste testing, choosing a cake for the wedding. Chocolate or hazelnut. Now, personally, I'd go with chocolate cake. Dexter, of course, chooses the opposite, hazelnut. And then Dexter needs to go check the shirt with blood that Miguel gave him to see if that's real evidence. And now my eye is watering. It's really hard for me to give facial expressions right now, in addition to like sinus issues. So bear with me for the next 1 to 3 weeks on that. LaGuerta is very upset. They have to let George King walk, which upsets most at the station. Well, it probably upsets everybody at the station. Mario tells Deb that George King has another building that he pays for in cash. Deb and Quinn find Anton at this building, with some parts skinned but still alive thanks to the info given to them by Mario. And then Dexter finds out it wasn't Freebo's blood on the shirt. It wasn't even human blood. It was actually cow's blood. Dexter didn't create a monster. He was used by one. And Dexter says he feels something real as the episode ends. So, interesting episode. There was things I liked about it. There was things I didn't like about it. I thought it was a step down from the previous episode because the last episode was crazy. Miguel is taking things into his own hands now. But it was decent. I'm going to give the episode a score of 8.4 out of 10. The character of the episode, well, it's going to be Deb. She's our MVP of this episode because she found Anton. He was still alive. In trouble, but still alive. And I did enjoy that. You could give Quinn the male MVP just thinking about it in my head without rewatching the episode. Maybe Quinn? I don't know. So, you've heard what I have to say. I talk too much where my eyes start watering and my face doesn't really move. I can barely smile as it is, but I always let everybody know this, and I'm sure you know this already. If you're a fan of Dexter or Dexter New Blood or anything else that's on JDev TV and you want to also help me out with the YouTube algorithm, make sure you smash that like button. Share the video with whomever you want or any social media platform that you have. Don't forget to sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Dexter. Who would be your character of the episode? What would you score it? If you have a favorite moment, leave that. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.